So, I thought I packed everything. And this is the case for every trip I've ever been on. I have always forgotten something. Normally it's a bra or mascara because those are the things you can't easily go out and get. Um, no, this time I forgot a phone charger. And even though I've had this really cool mode of, it's called Focus Me Time, so I can turn whatever apps I want on and off, which is awesome because it means I can communicate with my wife, but everything else is shut off. But I can search topics as I need to, and I can listen to Spotify, so it's cool because I can customize it, which I think is the only reason I've made it 2 days without charging my phone. So I realized I had 5% left, so I hopped on the bike that's here and decided to go on an adventure. And I did it. Might not seem like a lot to a lot of people, jumping on a bike. And I went to a coffee shop and I grabbed a coffee. And then I went to Family Dollar and I got a charger. And it was strange because it was like living both my lives. So, I don't even know where to start. All right, let me start with the fact that the reason it was so terrifying for me is that it's safe in here. The minute I get on a bike, is a car gonna hit me? Am I going the wrong way? Am I gonna mess it up? I even have to breathe through that because even now, like, thinking about it, am I gonna leave the house unlocked so when I come back somebody's gonna be waiting for me? Will I go through a neighborhood that I won't be welcome? And if not, will somebody shoot me? These are all ridiculous fears. So what if I go on the wrong side of the road? So what if I don't know the hand signal? In reality, I was on some of the quietest roads I've ever seen, and I grew up riding a bike. I didn't used to fear it, but over time I have learned to fear things. I've learned to be less adventurous. And I've been told a few times in my lifetime that I'm this hard ass and badass, and I've worked really hard to get that image, but the reality is that I'm terrified of so many things, like leaving an Airbnb. If my phone hadn't been dying, I doubt I would have left today. So I'm super proud of myself. I got on a bike and I rode and I got a cup of coffee, chained up the bike and went inside, ordered my coffee and left, and was able to drink my coffee while riding my bike. And you know, some people might consider a craft coffee shop bougie and upscale, and I felt very normal there. And the barista was sweet, and she even told me, she's like, I like your whole vibe, I like your whole look. And I'm so lost in my head because I'm so scared that I just didn't even register the compliment. I said thank you because that's what we're taught to do, but I didn't like feel it. I didn't accept it. And she just kept chattering, like she was super sweet. And I realized like human interaction actually scares me more than the idea of a car hitting me. Do I say the right thing? Am I listening? Am I here? Do I know how to reciprocate sometimes? By the way, the answer to that is no. Sometimes I say the real wrong shit. I don't even answer the right question to the right sentence. So we had a great little 2-minute chat, and I got my coffee and I hopped on my bike and I went the next place, and of course my phone died before I left the coffee shop, so I had to go find this other place from what little I know of this town. And as I started panicking because I realized I was lost, I just went with my gut. Feels like I should go that way. So I went that way. Feels like I should turn here. So I turned there. Next thing I know, I see a big beige building. It's Family Dollar. So I went in, and then came my next level of anxiety. Do I look out of place? Do I look like I'm judging people? Am I the bougie asshole that I used to make fun of? Just want a phone charger. Just want to go about my business like everybody else. The weight of people that were miserable in there, just scurrying about their lives. I mean, I can't tell you, I heard I can't go on today and I'm gonna go crazy if one more thing goes wrong, and just like the oppression that I felt in there. I wasn't even in there 10 minutes. That's a life I used to live. And you see, I went to Family Dollar because it was within biking distance, not because it's the cheapest. And I had to remind myself that I don't care if I go in the places that are the cheapest. There is nothing with that really bothers me, or stigma that goes with that. I've grown up in thrift shops my whole life. I've grown up in a world where we ate what the food pantry sent home that we worked at because we couldn't afford food for something else. I'm not above that. I mean, I've lived off food stamps, I've lived off WIC, so that part doesn't bother me. What bothers me goes with the philosophy of I worry about what other people think I think of them. I worry that they think that I'm some judgmental asshole. I worry that they think that I'm there to exploit them. I worry about the oppression that I feel in a place like that, especially when, y'all, I wanted a phone charger. I spent $25 for a phone charger at Family Dollar that I would have gotten at Target for $12. But Family Dollar sells by being cheaper. But they're not. And I don't even know what they pay their people, but the woman that was trying to check me out looked exhausted, complained to every guest that walked through. She was miserable. And she was quite a bit older than me. And then there was the girl that checked me out. And she was bubbly and she was happy, and you could tell that this was an in-between pace for life for her. So I left Family Dollar with more anxiety than I went in with. Because it's something I can't fix. It's a world that I have been a part of and tried to leave behind. Yet it'll always be with me. The amount of money people make on poor people because they use oppression as a way to make the money. It's like they feed off the depression and the anxiety and the demographics that they're in. And I don't mean like skin color, I just mean like the housing areas that they go in. Like Dollar General, go in sometime and look at the prices for Dollar General compared to Walmart, compared to Dollar Tree, compared to Target. It's fucking ridiculous. Just blows my mind. And to me, in those cases, it's not money based on self-worth. It's purely money is a case of abuse. And I guess this is where people find that money equals power equals abuse, which is maybe why creatives and artists have such a hard time picking prices, because other people get to choose what their worth is. It's a lot to think on. It's a lot to process. And all I wanted was a phone charger. Welcome to my head.